Namaste to all. My Acharya always says that yoga practice is that which prevents the process of conveying the chitta vrittis to the mind or chitta. When a practice is enabling this, that means when a practice is helping us to control the chitta vritti, then it is the right yoga practice. And my Acharya always tells that there are 5 types of chitta vrittis. Number 1 is kshipta vritti, which is confused state of mind. Next is vikshipta vritti, which is perplexed state of mind. Third one is mood vritti, which is fool or ignorant state of mind. And in these 3 states of mind, an aspirant is not eligible to get a Vedic knowledge. In fact, that person is not called as an aspirant also. The 4th state of mind is the ekagra chitta, or the person's mind, the aspirant's mind is concentrated or undisturbed. Only in this state of mind an aspirant is eligible to get the diksha of yoga philosophy from an acharya, thereby resulting in the 5th state of mind, which is the niruddha state, or the complete stoppage of chitta vrittis. The complete stoppage of all the chitta vrittis is called as Samadhi Stage. So for us to understand what is there in yoga philosophy, of course we can understand, but for us to really learn yoga philosophy from an acharya, we have to be in the 4th state of mind, which is the ekagra chitta. That's why my acharya always says that always try to do everyday name jap of Almighty God, everyday Agnihotra. These 2 will really help you to come to the 4th state of mind, which is the ekagra chitta. And in this state of mind, your mind is fully focused on only Almighty God. You want to really serve only the Acharya. You don't like any worldly affairs. You are not attached with the worldly affairs. You don't have any real business with the world. Of course, you do your moral duties, but your full focus is on Almighty God. And this stage is the stage where an Acharya opens up the deep secrets of yoga philosophy. Of course, Ashtanga Yoga, we all know that Ashta means 8. Ashtanga Yoga means 8 steps of philosophy of yoga, starting from Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dhaarna, Dhyan, Samadhi, up to the stage of realizing Almighty God. So my Acharya always says that always focus on the basics. The basics is Yam and Niyam. And inside Yam and Niyam only Agnihotra, name job, everything comes in. This audio I will try to quickly explain you about the Ashtanga Yoga. First one in the Yam. Yam means basically, my Acharya always says, restraint of passion is called as Yamas. There are 5 Yamas: Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Brahmacharya and Aparigraha. Satya means truth, speaking the truth, following the truth from mind, speaking it from the mind by voice, by action, accepting the truth. Truth means Vedas, accepting and following Vedas by mind, by voice, by action, and do hard deeds every day to realize truth. That is called as Satya. And also never accept any falsehood. This is called as Satya. Then Ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence. Non-violence means not to harm anyone through mind, voice or action. And also Ahimsa means to love each other and live together peacefully. So eating non-vegetarian food is Himsa. An Ashtanga Yoga practitioner or an aspirant for yoga philosophy should not do violence on animals and eat their flesh. These people are not eligible to follow the Ashtanga Yoga philosophy. Next one is Asteya. Asteya means abstaining theft. From mind, by voice and action, abstaining from theft. Even by stealing an idea from somebody else is a theft. So Ashtanga Yoga in the Yama, Asteya is very, very important. Never do theft. And also always try to escape from fraud. Never try to commit any fraudulent activity in the life. The 4th one is Brahmacharya, very, very important. My Acharya always says only a Brahmacharya can realize Almighty God. Brahmacharya can be either in unmarried state or in married life. Even in married life, one can maintain perfect Brahmacharya. There are conditions for it, which is very clearly mentioned by my Acharya in the book Brahmacharya Dukh Nivarak Divyamani. Brahmacharya means following celibacy. To exercise control on the 5 organs, 5 senses and perception, and also the 11th organ, which is mind, and to restrain from indulging in sins and unreligious, immoral sexuality, etc. etc. The 5th one in the Yam is the Aparigraha. Aparigraha means non-acceptance of unnecessary materialistic articles, or not to store the worldly articles beyond necessity. So these five are yamas, and there are 5 niyamas. Niyams are 5: Shouch, Santosh, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishwar, Pranidhaanani. Shouch, purity, cleanliness, to live in the neat and clean atmosphere of residence, keeping the kitchen neat, keeping the environment neat and clean, to take daily bath, and to dress neatly, dress properly, and also purifying the atmosphere by doing everyday Agnihotra, keeping ourselves clean, not only externally, also internal purity by chanting name of Almighty God. We attain purity inside the mind, is also coming under Shouch. Next is Santosh. Santosh means satisfaction, contentment. Whatever we get through hard working and inspired deeds, we must live upon and must be satisfied with our income, or whatever we have. If we are getting satisfied with what we have, that will result in Santosh, happiness. And today we know that everybody is unhappy. Everybody is unhappy only because of this reason, that nobody is satisfied with what they have. Even the topmost billionaire of this world, Elon Musk or Bill Gates or whoever it is, they are also not satisfied with what they have. They also want more. Even the most poor person is also not happy. So being satisfied with what we have is very, very easy to say, but it's extremely difficult to follow. For this only we should understand, listen Vedas, what Almighty God says, what is karma, philosophy, all those things. We have to continuously listen Vedas every day to come to this kind of state of mind. Vedas are indispensable part, because my Acharya always says that Hiranya Garbha Yogasya Vakta. Hiranya Garbha is this Almighty God who is Jyoti Swarup Parameshwar. He is the Yogasya Vakta. He is the preacher of yoga. From Almighty God's Vedas knowledge, yoga has come. So for us to attain perfection in the yoga philosophy, the first and foremost requirement is to listen Vedas from an Acharya. Unless we start listening Vedas, we will not understand how to be satisfied in the life, how to be happy in the life, how to attain this Santosha in the life. In fact, Patanjali Maharishi says in Yoga Darshana, the moment a person attains this satisfaction or the Santosh, he will be immediately understanding what was he or she in the previous janmas. He or she will realize the previous janmas also. That is the power of this satisfaction. Next is Tapaha. Tapaha, there are various types of Tapaha. Everything is Tapasya. For example, Shrutam Tapaha, listening Vedas, is Tapasya. Dhanam Tapaha, giving Dhan to an Acharya of Vedas, is Tapasya. Swaha Tapaha, doing Swaha everyday Agnihotra Swaha mantra by offering ahutis to the burning fire, is Tapasya. Yajnam Tapaha, doing Yajna, is Tapasya. Also, religious austerity, to bear the consequences in the religious path. That means by sitting long hours in the meditation, or by sitting long hours to listen the preach of Acharya in the Yajna, like for example 3 hours or 4 hours Acharya preaches Vedas. Sitting continuously in front of Acharya, we get pains in our legs. Bearing that pain is also a tapasya. And bearing the heat or cold, extreme heat, extreme cold in all the seasons, trying to do our daily moral deeds, daily name jap, daily Gayatri jap, daily Agnihotra, is also tapasya. So Shrutam Tapaha, Sham Tapaha, Dam Tapaha, controlling the mind, controlling our anger, controlling the sensuality, is also tapasya. So Agnihotra is also tapasya, Yajna is also tapasya. Without Agnihotra and Yajna, Ashtanga Yoga is never complete. We can never get progress in the yoga philosophy. My Acharya always says that From Vedas, yoga knowledge comes, and from yoga knowledge, Vedas get emanated inside the heart of the yogi. So both are interconnected. Swadhyaya, Adhyayan, Swa Adhyayan, doing Adhyayan of Vedas, studying Vedas, listening Vedas from Acharya every day is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya also means doing the name jap of Almighty God every day without fail is also coming under Swadhyaya. So these are the Niyamas, and the last one in the Niyam is Ishwar Pranidhaanani. Whatever deeds we are performing, keeping complete faith in the Almighty God and leaving the result of that deeds to the Almighty God is Ishwar Pranidhaanani. Complete faith in Almighty God. Doing the deed, not expecting result from Almighty God. Of course, God will give the result, but not expecting the result, we are doing deeds. Having utmost faith on Acharya and Almighty God is Ishwar Pranidhaanani. So these are the basics, Yam and Niyam. My Acharya always says, do everyday Asan Pranayama, but you will never get full Siddha or full attainment of perfection in Asan Pranayama because you are not perfect in Yam and Niyam. The moment you got perfection in Yam and Niyam in your life, that very moment you will get perfection in the Asan, perfection in Pranayama. So we should do everyday Asan and Pranayam, but we will never get into the Siddha stage or the perfection stage because our Yam and Niyam is weak. So we should always focus on the fundamentals Yam and Niyam, which is Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Swadhyaya, Ishwar, Pranidhaanani, Shouch, Santosh. These 5 plus 5 we should always focus. After that we come to the Asan. Of course, Asan every day we should do. But Asan means the stage, Stiram Sukham Asanam. The stage of the, like for example, we are sitting in a Padmasana or Siddhasan and doing name jap of Almighty God or listening Vedas from an Acharya. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours listening Vedas from an Acharya, we are not having leg pain. We are in fact getting Ananda in the postures. Stiram Sukham, we are experiencing bliss. That stage is called as Asan. That stage is possible only after we get perfection in Yam and Niyam. So Stiram Sukham Asanam, that is called as Asana. Then Pranayam. Every day we have to do Pranayam. Yesterday I made a Tamil video, I was mentioning about Lom Vilom Kriya. My Acharya always says, Lom Vilom Kriya is against Vedas, it is not in the Vedas. But when you learn Lom Vilom Kriya from a Siddh Purush who has attained Samadhi, who has also mastered this Lom Vilom to purify his nadis, if that Acharya gives you the knowledge of Lom Vilom and you do it only for 11 times based on his order to you, then that Lom Vilom Kriya will benefit you. Otherwise, Lom Vilom Kriya, Pranayam will never benefit you, never benefit anyone. So there are so many secrets in Pranayama, but the main purpose of Pranayama is stoppage of breath, control of breath. And Pranayama can be attained, the perfection of Pranayam can be attained only when the perfection of Asan happens. My Acharya always says, the moment your Asan Siddhi comes in, you will get Pranayam Siddhi also. Because you are doing Pranayama practice for so many years after learning it from an Acharya. At one point of time, your Yam and Niyam is fully under perfect stage. Then Asan, Stiram Sukham Asanam, my Acharya used to show us. In fact, I have also seen in the Yagya, like in 2009-10 and all, my Acharya used to do 6 hours, 7 hours Yagya continuously. Without even moving an inch. Without even, slightly moving the leg, my Acharya used to sit like stable, like an iron rod. 5 hours, 6 hours. We used to go, get up, go to washroom, come back, go to drink water, come back. We used to, keep our legs straight. Sometimes we sit in another asana, Sukhasana, Padmasana, Siddhasana. 5 hours, 6 hours, my Acharya is continuously doing the pravachan of Vedas by closed eyes. These are all I have seen myself. So my Acharya always says, this is where if I am able to sit 5 hours, 6 hours, that means that I am getting Sukh, I am getting Ananda in this posture. That is called as Stiram Sukham Asanam. So when we attain that stage, Pranayama gets siddhi. The the pran gets controlled inside it. The moment pran gets controlled inside, then the next stage is called Pratyahara. So an aspirant has to do the practice of only first 4, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam. The rest is taken care automatically, because Pratyahara, ahar means food. Pratyahara is a stage where the senses does not need their food. That means Kam, Krodh, Madh, Lobh, Ahankar, sensuality, greediness, all these kind of, the attraction of our senses gets stopped automatically, and the mind is going towards the Brahmalok, towards the Almighty God automatically. The mind is totally under control in this stage. That is called as Pratyahara. The next stage is Dhaarna. Dhaarna is defined as Desh Bandhasya Chittasya Dhaarna. Chit is the mind is bandhasya, means the mind is tied to a body part internally by closed eyes. And for example, desh means the body part. Desh means a location in the body where an acharya will tell, okay, this is the location in your body where you should close your eyes and focus. Dharana does not. That's why Almighty God prohibits idol worship. You cannot focus on external objects. You cannot focus on light or a lamp or a point in the wall, etc., etc. That is not dharana. Dharana is basically meditation, but it's not the stage of complete meditation, but it is focusing towards or attaining towards the perfection of meditation, where by closed eyes our mind is locked in one place inside our body, and in that place we focus so much that our mind gets totally trapped in that spot. And then we continuously chant the name of Almighty God. This is also dharana. Vyasmuni also says that doing Veda Adhyayan, by opening the eyes, doing Veda Adhyayan, listening pravachan from Acharya, and then our mind totally gets locked into the Vedas knowledge and Acharya, that is also dharana. Then once this stage is attained, the next stage is Dhyana. In the Dhyana stage, the complete external world disappears for that aspirant. Nirvishaha manaha iti dhyanam. There is no other topic inside the mind, inside that yogi. The only topic of that yogi is Almighty God. And in that stage of dhyan, the yogi forgets the external world. The yogi does not hear anything disturbance from outside. Somebody is shouting, somebody is talking, somebody is blabbering, some smell is coming, something is burning, something is not there, some fight is going on in the house. The yogi is totally undisturbed. He is in the dhyana, his mind is totally fixed in the Almighty God. So in the dhyana stage, my Acharya always says only 2 people exist, or 2 powers exist. One is Jivatma, other is Paramatma. Jivatma knows that I am doing meditation of my Paramatma, and Paramatma is there. This is what is dhyana stage. And the attainment of perfection of dhyana stage is Samadhi stage, where in Samadhi, the yogi forgets himself that he is Jivatma. In the Samadhi stage, the yogi forgets himself. He realizes Almighty God, but he does not know that he realizes Almighty God. He becomes like Almighty God. And that is the stage when a yogi, without his knowledge, utters Aham Brahmasmi from his mouth during the stage of Samadhi. But Aham Brahmasmi is the word uttered by the yogi, not by Almighty God. So even in Samadhi, the yogi forgets himself. But that does not mean that yogi has become God. After that stage is, the Samadhi stage exists for some months continuously. After that stage, the yogi comes out of Samadhi and understands that, okay, I have realized Almighty God, I am a yogi. God has given me the knowledge of Vedas. God is there in the Vedas. God is the creator of the universe. There is only one God. There is no image of that Almighty God. This is how the worship has to be done. All the knowledge the yogi realizes in that Samadhi, and then he always experiences divine pleasure after that. So these are the 8 steps of Ashtanga Yoga. I tried to give you a simple, understanding. Of course, these are my bookish knowledge, or the knowledge what I have learned from my Acharya only. I am also a very, very beginner in this, not even, having any knowledge or any perfection in Yam and Niyam stage. Very, very beginner. I am also in this, ocean of knowledge. But whatever I have learned, I am trying to share with you. That's it. I hope you understood and this audio helped you. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.